Information now moves at incredible speeds. Blink, and you might miss a meme. Online controversies erupt in mere moments. It's like watching popcorn pop, but with more drama. This speed fundamentally changes how we process events. Spoiler alert, it's not always for the better. It can often feel overwhelming to keep up, like trying to drink from a fire hose. We are constantly bombarded with new updates. It's like your phone has a caffeine addiction. There is little time for genuine reflection. Who has time to think when there's a new cat video every minute? Understanding suffers greatly in this constant rush. It's like trying to read War and Peace in a tornado. We must consciously acknowledge this new pace of life, or risk becoming digital zombies. The internet initially promised truly democratic information, a utopia where everyone could share their cat photos, anyone could publish their thoughts and ideas, even your uncle with his conspiracy theories. Voices once systematically silenced can now be heard, even if they're just shouting into the void. This represents a powerful and transformative shift, like going from dial-up to fiber optic. Barriers to entry for publishing have fallen. Now, anyone with Wi-Fi can be a journalist. Knowledge is no longer solely from old, established institutions. Because who needs a PhD when you have Google? This brings forth many new, exciting opportunities, and a lot of questionable Kickstarter campaigns. However, it also brings forth many new problems, like trying to find a needle in a haystack of fake news. Truth itself seems far less stable in this age. It's like trying to nail jelly to a wall. Discerning fact from fiction is increasingly harder. It's like playing a never-ending game of two truths and a lie. Misinformation spreads with alarming, uncontrolled speed, faster than you can say fake news. Disinformation is also deliberately and maliciously sown, like weeds in a garden of truth. It aims to confuse us and to divide us, because nothing says fun like a good old-fashioned online argument. The sheer volume of content makes verification difficult. It's like trying to fact-check a tidal wave. We begin to question what is actually real. Is this news or just another episode of Black Mirror? This pervasive uncertainty is deeply corrosive to society, like rust on the ship of state. Traditional gatekeepers of knowledge are noticeably weakened, like a castle with no moat. Newspapers, academics, and experts face new challenges, and not just from their Wi-Fi connections. Their authority is often questioned or dismissed online, because everyone's an expert on the internet. Sometimes this questioning is entirely justified. Other times, it's just a conspiracy theory in disguise. Other times, however, it is clearly not, like believing the Earth is flat. This ongoing destabilization has profound, far-reaching effects, like a digital earthquake. We urgently need new methods and tools, and maybe a digital compass. We must learn to navigate this complex information landscape before we all get lost in the digital wilderness. We often live inside digital echo chambers. It's like living in a house of mirrors, but without the funhouse vibes. Algorithms are the architects building these chambers. Think of them as the interior decorators of your digital life. They primarily show us what we already like. It's like having a personal cheerleader who only knows one cheer. They constantly reinforce our existing beliefs and biases. It's like having a parrot that only repeats your opinions. Filter bubbles operate in a very similar fashion. Imagine living in a bubble where everyone agrees with you. Sounds nice, right? Until it pops. They limit our exposure to different, challenging views. It's like being stuck in a never-ending episode of agree to disagree. We see only reflections of ourselves and our ideas. It's like social media is our digital twin, but with fewer bad hair days. This is not an accidental byproduct. It is by design. Yes, someone actually thought this was a good idea. Algorithms are meticulously designed for user engagement. They know you better than your mom does. They learn our individual preferences very quickly, faster than you can say, recommended for you. They then feed us content to keep us online longer. It's like a digital buffet that never closes. This content is frequently sensational or extreme, because who doesn't love a good drama? It can be, and often is, highly polarizing, like pineapple on pizza, but for your newsfeed. The ultimate goal is not the pursuit of truth. Spoiler alert, it's all about the clicks. The ultimate goal is capturing our limited attention, because in the digital world, attention is the new gold. Our attention has become the valuable product. Congratulations, you're now a commodity. Consider the recent, heated debates about AI-generated art. It's like the art world got a new toy, and nobody can agree on how to play with it. One side, passionately, sees outright theft and job loss. The other side sees a new tool for creativity. It's like watching a soap opera, but with more paint. The other side enthusiastically sees a new tool for creativity. Online platforms inevitably amplified the most extreme views. Because why settle for a debate when you can have a digital shouting match? Algorithms showed users content confirming their initial stance. It's like having a yes man in your pocket. Any nuance was completely lost in the digital shouting match. Subtlety? Never heard of her. Productive, meaningful discussion became nearly impossible to achieve. It's like trying to have a conversation in a rock concert. This only served to deepen the existing divide. It's like digging a hole to fill another hole. As a result, we each inhabit personalized realities. Welcome to your own private Idaho. These curated realities rarely overlap with others. It's like living in parallel universes, but with more AI videos. Algorithms are the creators of these separate worlds. Think of them as the digital gods of our mini-universes. This makes achieving shared understanding incredibly difficult. It's like playing a game of telephone, but everyone has different rules. It actively fuels societal fragmentation and discord. It's like adding fuel to a fire, but the fire is on social media. We struggle constantly to find any common ground. It's like trying to agree on a movie with a group of friends. This poses a serious existential problem for democracy, because democracy works best when we're all on the same page, not in different books. It hinders our collective ability to solve shared problems. And let's face it, we've got plenty of those to go around. How do we possibly build a shared reality now? Asking for a friend. This question presents a deep philosophical challenge. And no, Googling it won't help. The internet once promised widespread global connection, like a digital utopia. Instead, it frequently fosters isolation and division. Who knew? Our individual information diets are highly customized, like a buffet, but for news. My perceived truth may not align with your truth. Awkward. This misalignment represents a fundamental core problem, like trying to agree on pizza toppings. It strikes at the heart of social cohesion and dinner parties. Collective understanding and action suffer greatly, like herding cats. If we cannot agree on basic, verifiable facts, like pineapple on pizza, how can we ever hope to solve complex problems? Spoiler, we can't. Climate change demands globally shared, decisive action, and fewer plastic straws. Pandemics require nationally and internationally coordinated responses, and lots of hand sanitizer. Political discourse absolutely needs some common ground, or at least a common meme. Algorithmic siloing actively prevents these necessary collaborations. Thanks, algorithms, our fundamental ability to act together is undermined. Like a bad group project, the steady erosion of common ground is dangerous, and not just for sidewalks. It breeds widespread mistrust and deep-seated cynicism. And really awkward family dinners, it makes any form of compromise seem impossible, like sharing the last slice of pizza. Society becomes increasingly and intensely polarized, like a magnet, but not as fun. The vital spaces for constructive dialogue continue to shrink, like my patience for bad Wi-Fi. Extremism can find fertile ground in these conditions. Like weeds in a garden, we become less tolerant of differing perspectives and more likely to flip the table. This is not a healthy or sustainable trajectory, like a diet of only pizza. Is objective truth still a useful concept for us? Or just a myth like Bigfoot? Algorithms can make truth seem entirely relative, like your friend's movie recommendations. They tailor truth to suit the individual user, like a bespoke suit, but for facts. This is a seductive and often comforting illusion, like a warm blanket of misinformation. But some fundamental truths are not subjective at all. Sorry, flat earthers. The Earth is, in fact, demonstrably round, and not a pizza. Viruses do spread through identifiable mechanisms, not just bad vibes. We must resist the algorithmic push towards total relativism and maybe share a pizza? We all have moral responsibilities as internet users. Awareness of the system is the first crucial step. And no, just knowing how to clear your browser history doesn't count. We must understand how these platforms actually work. Spoiler alert, it's not magic. We must clearly see their pervasive influence on us. Yes, even those cat videos. We are not merely passive consumers of information. We're more like very active snackers. We can make conscious choices about our engagement, like choosing to watch this video, for example. This active choice represents our inherent power. Use it wisely, young Padawan. We must reclaim our agency in the digital sphere. And no, that doesn't mean just muting everyone in a Zoom call. Intellectual humility is an absolutely essential trait, even if it means admitting you were wrong about pineapple on pizza. We must be able to accept we might be wrong. Yes, even you, Karen. Our current beliefs might be incomplete or flawed, like thinking you can finish Netflix. We should always be open to new evidence, even if it means changing your mind about pineapple on pizza. We should genuinely listen to other diverse perspectives. Yes, even Uncle Bob's conspiracy theories. Unwavering certainty can often be a limiting trap, like thinking you can win an argument on Twitter. Humility, in contrast, opens the door to learning, and maybe even to better pizza toppings. It allows for growth and for better understanding. And who doesn't want to grow smarter? Critical thinking requires constant, diligent practice, like trying to understand TikTok trends. We must always question the sources of information, especially if it sounds too good to be true. We must evaluate all information we encounter carefully, even if it means reading the fine print. Empathetic engagement with others is also vitally important. Even if it means listening to your neighbor's karaoke, try to understand the viewpoints you disagree with. Yes, even pineapple on pizza. Seek the human being behind the online opinion, even if their profile picture is a cat. Avoid the easy temptation of demonizing others, even if they have terrible taste in memes. This paves the way for more constructive interactions, and maybe fewer awkward family dinners. We must actively work to dismantle our echo chambers. No, not the ones in your bathroom. Seek out diverse and varied information sources, like reading more than just the headlines. Engage respectfully with ideological opponents or critics, even if it means biting your tongue sometimes. Bridge the digital divides that currently tear us apart, and maybe share a virtual high five. This is undoubtedly hard and often uncomfortable work, like trying to explain the internet to your grandparents. But it is absolutely necessary for a cohesive digital society and for fewer awkward Zoom meetings. The future of our shared world truly depends on it. So let's get to work, one click at a time. Let us choose to build bridges, not higher walls, and maybe share a few memes along the way.